So I was watching some film the other day, and I was like, man, I never want to fall into the peanut gallery's attempt to make every player, bad, just because that player may have a bad year or a bad game or something like that. I never want to be a part of the crowd to say, oh, this player sucks now, we can't use him. And I think Cowboy Nation and me, I think we're currently at that place with Chido, right? And of course there's a bunch of other players that we could say that about, but we're in a really interesting place with Chido. And normally I have a full blown foot in the sand, reason to fight a fight on some hill for one of these players, right? I go hard on my Dak Prescott analysis, on my D-Law stuff. How I feel about the line and certain different players or whatever, right? But it kind of gets weird with Cheeto because I don't really know where I stand, I know that there's some really, really good film of Cheeto. We're actually watching a reel of good film from Cheeto, right? But then there's also some pretty damn bad film from Cheeto. And I don't really look at Cheeto right there. Cheeto is always going to be the left corner, by the way. So that'll just help you kind of find him. But man, I have no clue what to make of this whole Cheeto thing. Cause when I see him, I see a player, and there's a handful of things that kind of go into this. So we're going to talk about all that today. But when I see him, I see a player that's super athletic and can really cover his ass off. Don't let the peanut gallery lie to you on that. Don't let these I Am Legend monsters lie to you on that, right? Cheeto can cover his ass off. He's really athletic. He's got good size. He's one of the 6'4" corners on this. Not 6'4", 6 foot. Pardon me. He better not be 6'4". He's one of these 6 foot corners on this team, right? There's only 2 corners on this team that ain't 6 foot. There's Jordan and AB, I believe. AB might be 5'11", but everybody else fit that long mold, that tall long mold. Hey, Cheeto is tall, long mold. So what happens, right? Like why do people think that Cheeto is a bad player? Well, what happens, let me go ahead and run this. What happens with Cheeto or with any player is that, a lot of Cowboy fans only watch the game one time. For those of you that are in this YouTube thing, this thing of ours, this community, okay, we watch a lot of film on YouTube, man, whether it be me, Law Nation, Koye Foots, whoever you end up watching videos of, we watch a gang of film. But there's this large subset of Cowboy fans, and to be fair, we're the minority. There's a large subset of Cowboy fans that only watch the game one time. They watch the game one time and they don't get any extra analysis, nothing additional. They just watch it one time. They may or may not be drunk. They may have gone to the bathroom and missed a play. But if a player has a bad game or a couple bad games or they just get their name called enough, then, we'll look at that player, or they would look at that player and they will call him trash, right? What I get from Cheeto is out of 68 plays, and I always say judge 68 plays, not 6 to 8 plays. If you watch Cheeto for 68 plays, he good, 61 of them, 59 of them, right? But it's just that we live in this world of highlights, and we live in this world of let me listen and see what the hell the commentators got to say. And if you have a handful of bad plays, you can be exposed and you can look way worse than what you actually are. I don't think personally Cheeto had a bad Jets game. It's just that, when Robbie Anderson gets a big 95-yard touchdown, then he got it on Cheeto. Okay, cool. Cheeto had a bad game. That's just how it looks. I don't think Cheeto had a bad game that game, It's just that, how those Cowboy fans, they just watch a very popcorn, microwavy brand of, football or whatever. But anyway, say all that to say, man, every time we see Cheeto, right? And I'm going to show some film of this later. Every time we show Cheeto, he's always in great position, except that one time with Robbie Anderson. That's the only time I've seen him out of position. But he's always in fantastic position. Cheeto's problem is finishing and finding the football. That's Cheeto's only issue, right? What you mean by finishing? Well, he can keep up with the play. He can keep up with the receiver or whatever, but it's the very end that catch Cheeto, right? The very end when the ball is right past his fingertips and right into the wide receiver's hands, right? He's always hip to hip with a guy. But every time we see like, damn, dog, Chido was a centimeter away from making a play, a small little inch away from the play. And if you're a player that's always that close in coverage, we just can't look at you and say that you suck. That'll be incredibly irresponsible for us to just come out and say that. Now, we can't say that you just suck. We can, make nuance, claims or whatever. Like, hey, man, Chido need to get his head around to find the football, which I think he needs to do. Chido needs to, do this. He needs to trust his eyes a little more. All these things can be said about Chido, but we just can't say Chido sucks. You see what I mean? Then let's look at what we're asking of Chido, right? I'm not asking Chido to be Byron Jones. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking him to be the best cornerback in the league. We might not even pay Chido, right? But just for this short amount of time that you own this team, all I need from you is to be serviceable. Be good enough, my guy. You ain't got to be amazing. You ain't got to be super uber fantastic, right? Just get the job done. Just don't make us victims. Just don't be a liability. I would prefer you not be like Robert Quinn, to where, man, you give us a whole bunch in the passing department, right? The pass rush department. But boy, you pretty bad in the run game. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that guy. I would rather the guy that's kind of balanced, that'll get, 6 sacks, that's really good versus the run, versus the guy that's going to get, 10 sacks and, is really a liability. Because if that's the case, we'll just run the ball, right? I know there are some Cowboy fans that, that'll probably be like, and some of them going to be in his inbox, right? In the chat box comment section. They'll be like, well, Voch, wouldn't you rather have a player that's good at something? I mean, I understand. But what's going to happen is that if you're really good at one thing and bad at another, then you become a victim of game planning, right? To where, we can just go out there and pass rush you to death. But if Aaron Jones is running all over you and we can't tackle Dalvin Cook, and the Bears hadn't run the ball against nobody all year, but all of a sudden the Bears can kind of just run the ball against us, right? You don't want to be a victim of the game plan. And that's how I am with Chido, right? I would rather Chido be real serviceable, right? Real serviceable than to be a really good tackler, but we can't depend on him elsewhere. And I don't think that's the case. I think Chido is incredibly balanced. And I think that we have room on this team for a really, really balanced player, though. Also, one more thing that I can say about the good of Chido before I start to really rip his head off with this, with this film I got coming next. The one thing I can really say in Chido's defense is we have no clue how bad Chris Richard was, right? I'm not here for this new outrage of Chris Richard, this brand new, Voch, but he was going to be a good head coach because he was yelling. He was yelling, Voch. He was going to be a good coach because he was screaming. Interesting because, yes, he was screaming, but his ass was screaming because his DBs was getting smoked. You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? I would rather the coach that's chilling because his unit is playing well. Oh God! Stop the play. Look at this. Look at this, and this going to transition very well into our next set of plays. That's our problem with Chido right there. I think that's our problem. I think, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna take a real close look at his incompletions as well. Like, that's next. But was Chris Richard teaching this? Let's do this in slow motion. Was Chris Richard teaching this? We're gonna follow the receiver all the way. And then when the receiver put his hands up, we're gonna put our hands up and hope for the best. Was he coaching that? I hope he wasn't coaching that, bro. I don't know. But let's take a look at some bad plays from Chido and let's see if we can cuss him out once or twice. I typed in Chido completed passes, so I don't know what tomfoolery we're gonna get here. But and you know what? This one thing that I had a really big problem with, right? We know if we're gonna run Chido out there, Chido needs he needs to be what, right? Like, he needs to be physical. He needs to use his athletic ability. He needs to be in somebody's face, something like that. Whose idea was it to give up all this space? I think it was Chris Richard's idea to give up all this space. We're not gonna hide and disguise nothing. If we want to just whatever coverages we gonna run, you need to be in that spot already. And I think that kind of forced our guys out of position sometimes, man. You know, where you gotta give up all this space. If I'm the quarterback and I'm reading that, I'm getting rid of the ball quick. See, look at this, and this is how I know this, right? Take a look at who was this, Case Keenum? He didn't even fully get the whole play fake out the way because he saw space with Chido over there, right? You see play fake. Oh, I'm pulling this early because I want that ball to come out quick. See, boom, right? Because we're just giving so much room over there. We're just giving up a whole gang of room to navigate. Now, I hope we don't do a whole bunch of that next year. I don't know what this new DB regime is going to bring to the table with Al Harris and whoever the hell coaching safeties and whoever the hell coaching defense all together. I don't know what they're going to be doing. But I think Tristan Hill at one tech where he don't belong. But I think with our cornerbacks, man, if we're going to be a defense that's a lot more risk-taking, then I think you got to get – hold on. If you're going to be a defense that's even more risk-taking, you got to be able to get your hands on the football, man. And look at Chido just barely out of position. That's great coverage, dude. That is great cut. Look at Chido right now in coverage. And how many times have we seen Chido like this? Draped on somebody back. He was just an inch away from the play. Ain't like he's short. Ain't like his arm's short. You know what I mean? A lot of people call Chido suck. A lot of people will say that Chido suck. I don't see it. Let's see Chido at the bottom right here. Chido's at the bottom of your screen, giving up a lot of room there, a lot of space. We'll never know what that's about, man. I will never know what that's about. Let's see how close he was there. I hate Carson Wentz, bro. I hate everything about the Eagles, but whatever. But, hey, I tell you what, in the National Football League, this close is pretty far. Take a look at Chido on the left side of the screen right here at the bottom left. That's all you need to be open. One step is all you need to be wide open. And Chido's always one step behind. So is that a scheme thing? Is that where I'm lining you up pre-snap? So that's just what you got to, what you got to deal with? Because I tell you what, on that last play was a result of like scrambling and Carson had to find the receiver to get open or whatever. How much do y'all think the pass rush will help Chido? I think that's a legitimate question. I think that's an incredibly legit Chido bailing out. Yeah, cover 3. He ain't playing flats right here. Let's see what the other cornerback doing. Byron and Mans. I don't know what this is. Yeah, Chido back to the sideline. Yeah, Chido in zone, but Byron not. I don't get it. I don't know. One of my defense experts hit me up and let me know what's going on right here. Probably like some hybrid mix-up going on. But, hey, Chido gonna bail, and we got space. I'm going to take advantage of that space, bro. And Eagles fans will never let us live this down. They went out there with a crew of Home Depot workers and just threw the ball all over the place on Polo Dallas, on Chido and Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown and all them. It's sickening. Let's see Chido down bottom. Let's see what happened here. Let's take a look, see what happened to Chido down bottom. Let's see. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to all that room. See, look, man, this is a hot route, bro. It's a hot route. You give me this much space, quick. I'm hitting this, and you still backing up. I'm hitting this thing. Hey, man, look for the football. Jared Goff wasn't looking nowhere else. Look at Jared Goff. He was looking on one side of the field the whole time. Look at Jared Goff. He didn't look nobody off. He went right over there. He saw all that space. So what I'm asking now is, with this new regime of defensive coaches, are we going to be giving cornerbacks a lot of space? Look at all the space Chido giving this cat. Look at all the space Chido giving this guy, man. Look at all the space. What's going on here? Whose fault is this? Because this looks coached. And nobody's just out of position like this. Nobody's just aloof like this, Who do we blame this on? And if I'm Jared Goff, you shouldn't be looking at one side of the field. Look at Jared Goff just looking over there. He can't help but to look over there. Look at Jared Goff looking over there. Look at him. He can't help but to look over there. fake. Boom. Jesus. Jesus. What else going on, man? What else is going on out here, bro? Where Cheetos up top, giving space. I don't know, man. I think it's a scheme thing, bro. And I continue to beg the question, bro. How bad was brother Chris Richard? I think that's a real life, question there. And then, like, to be fair, I don't want to say how bad was he. I don't want to call him terrible, even though he ain't got no job to that. I think that's fair to say something like that. I think it's fair to call somebody that. But I just try to, preserve the dignity of some of these coaches or whatever. But that's a whole first down, my G. What's the down to this? 1st and 10, right? This is 1st and 10. It's 4th quarter to be fair, but 1st and 10. What we doing on 1st and 10? Giving a whole first down on 1st and 10, boy. That's what I'm saying, boy. The Rams probably wouldn't even score this drive if we'd have just played defense straight up, bro. Play defense straight up. So just ask yourself, man. Just ask yourself, bro. How much of this is Cheeto's fault? How much of this is what he was instructed to do? We're gonna watch like 3 more plays. We're gonna get up. I know it's the Bears film here because the Bears got that terrible ass scoreboard to be 2020. They got that baseball Field of Dreams scoreboard that'll they don't spend no money on their team. Look at all this space right here. Cheeto is giving this guy. Let's see, 3rd quarter. What is this? 3rd quarter with 12 minutes. 2nd down, I believe. I can't read that damn scoreboard. But Cheeto is at the 1st down mark, right? What is okay? So that's 1st down mark. It's like what, 2nd and 18 or something like that. I still don't like it because look at it. Because even if you give up all this space, you turn 2nd and 18 into like 3rd and 9. Who wants that? I see why y'all want Cheeto at safety because his ass always back there with Xavier Woods and shit. That's why y'all want Cheeto playing safety. Because when you watch film on him, it look like he playing safety. Who told you to go there? Who put you there, Cheeto, at the bottom of your screen? Who put you there? You just made a tackle over there. That's not one more play, and I'm gonna leave y'all alone, man. Let y'all get back to y'all day. Whatever time y'all watching this, let you get to your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or whatever y'all doing. Cheeto on the other side. What? I hate this. I bet this play gonna frustrate me. It's 3rd down, 3rd and like 9 or so. I understand playing the sticks, but that's what your safety's for. If this 3rd and 7, put your safeties at the sticks. But you gave all that up yourself. We gave all that up ourselves. I wonder what the deal is with Cheeto. Cheeto's a very interesting character. Because I think Cheeto can be incredible for us. And what I mean by incredible, I think a really good starting level cornerback for cheap. I think that's really good for a team. All right. Cheeto ain't got to be a Pro Bowler or nothing like that. He just got to be good enough. So we'll see what happens. But hey, man, y'all tell me what y'all think, man. What y'all think of this whole Cheeto thing, man? Shouts out to my Patreon, PayPal, and Cash App people. Y'all hold this thing down. All that is going right back into the channel. I appreciate your contribution. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. The link's in the description if you missed that one or whatever. And yeah, man, let's hit the notification bell so you know when I drop these film sessions and live streams in the middle of the week, just like this one, man. I'm about to crowd for Cheeto, and my next video I probably put out real fast or whatever. It'll be a soliloquy on Dak Prescott versus winning teams and how much your other favorite quarterbacks lose compared to him, winning and losing. So that should be a good video. Y'all hold it down for the Doski, Wolski, the Peasky, Whiskey, man. Salute.